everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to Ready Set Pan. Today is the 5th update for the Beauty and the Beast Project Pan. This is a Fantastic Ladies collaboration focused on Beauty and the Beast. Without further ado, I'm going to go oldest product to the newest product, and there's a lot of exciting things to talk about in today's video. So we're going to start off with the last remaining item that's been in here for the entirety of the project, and that was the prompt of Bimbettes, which was this Ofra palette. This was originally the Ofra Midi palette, Face It Light. I had opted to declare the blush, so my trio of items became a duo. That's the way it worked. I had a lofty 100 use goal, and of course I was using other bronzers, blush, and highlights, but I had to use them all together. So you have been seeing where I have been as of the last month. I was getting really, really close. Over the last month, I've reached for the remaining 14 times, bringing me to my 100 use goal. And now my palette looks like this. So that's where I've gotten to today. The bronzer here has expanded so much. The highlight is looking kind of interesting. It looks a little bit concave. So I'll show a video so you can see it a little bit better. I am at the point where I think that bronzer, I'm going to repress it at some point and probably try to finish it up maybe next year, because I do have 2 bronzers that I do want to finish this year anyway. But I am so pleased with the progress, what I was able to do with 100 uses on this palette. But this is finally a goal met and is going to be rolling out. So 100 uses took me about 5 months. Next up was for Mrs. Potts, which was a liquid item. So I had rolled in a hair product actually from Christophe Robin. This is their Instant Volumizing Leave-In Mist. It has a little bit of a rose scent, so it works really well for a Beauty and the Beast project. This was in Beauty A to Z last year, and it took a long time. This is where I was at last month, and I was not expecting this. I have finished that item. Does that just give anyone a panic attack? Don't worry, I knew it was empty because I cleared this out. So my liquid item is now complete. I do enjoy it. BoxyCharm had sent me a second one in a different month, so I have a whole other bottle that I've used, I think, once so far. So great item for Mrs. Potts. All right, then we have for Cogsworth, an item close to expiry. So I picked an over 3-year-old face cream from Neostrata. This is the Restore Moisture Infusion Hydrating Cream. There we go. And I don't know, maybe the age of the products, I have used up samples of this before, it was fine. But I've been using this as a neck cream and just kind of going with it. And I am getting so close. You can kind of see I kind of hit pan right there. I was tapping the back side, if you can't see that. So I am so close on this one. I do try to use it at least once a day. Sometimes I'm doing twice a day with it, just to like, I know you're supposed to take your skincare all the way down. I don't know why. I've got something in my brain where it's like, I can't do that. So this is kind of like my substitution, is to have a product that's like, hey, this is what I'm using it for, and that's its purpose. So getting close, but not there yet. Then I had Beloved Chip, so something with broken packaging. So if you've been around, you know it's the Nars blush in Orgasm. This I love reaching for, and I put a big 100 use goal in my last update. This item and the last item were both new as of last month. This I haven't reached for as much because I do have 3 blushes in total in projects that I am working towards, all of them usage goals. But with 10 uses since my last update, so really not too bad a start, this is where I am at now. So that pan has definitely expanded. It almost looks like a little kitty. My goodness, look at that. I'm getting his little cheeks pinched. That's where I'm at. So I am very pleased with the progress. I am right now kind of focusing my brush more on this side to try to wear that product down. I'm getting really close on the competing blush, getting my usage goal on that one. So once I've got my goal on the Physicians Formula blush, this I'm sure will get a lot more use. And I am wearing this item today as my blush. I do have a cream blush underneath it as well. For Fillipe, so we're going to go with a cruelty-free item. So I saw Huda Beauty on Cruelty-Free Katie's list. And so I went immediately into this palette because I'm trying to hit a whole bunch of pans in here. And you might be able to tell by the shades that is all over my lids today. This is the most common go-to look I do with this particular shade, and that is the shade Nebula. So I do have to use my finger with this item. The brush doesn't work as well. And since my last update, which is when I rolled it in, I have reached for it 5 times. And generally, as you can tell, I reach for a decent amount of this product at a time. All right, sneak peek for other projects as well, but not really spoiling anything. So that is Nebula up there. No pan yet. But if you can see from the close-up video, I feel like I might be getting closer. So I think if I just kind of focus a little bit on this in the next month, I will be able to hit that pan. I do really like this as a go-to look. I think it's really pretty. So I'm excited to keep playing with this one and hopefully have a pan in Nebula very soon. And those are the 5 items. This is a rolling 5 pan project at the moment, or 5 item project. So I get to roll in 2 new replacements, one for Bimbettes and one for Mrs. Potts. So when I was kind of getting the prompts, as well as realizing we're only 5 months in and I have been blowing through prompts, I've opted this month to go for some very probably long-term items. So these 2 that I'm going to be rolling in, they're going to be sticking around for quite a number of months and may even last beyond the scope of this project. So that's what I'm going to be rolling in today, so I hope you're excited. So the first one I had was Lumiere. So of course we're going to go with a highlighting kind of item. And this point, I think I would like another month, maybe even 2 months before I would have rolled this item into a project. But I'm going to roll it in now anyway, and we're going to probably ramp up the uses as we go. So this is a highlighter. So this is from Profusion, and I can't tell you anything else about it. It is a highlighter. It's a shimmer highlighter. The packaging is kind of wearing away. There is nothing on the back here. This came in a Profusion advent calendar that I unboxed from London Drugs, and this is my starting point on this highlighter. This is the highlighter I used a lot last year as my dog walking highlighter because I'm one of those people where I want at least a little bit of makeup on my face when I go out for a dog walk, but then it's hot and it's summery, so I would come home and shower and then redo all my makeup. So this, because it's just like a cheaper highlighter, it came in an advent calendar, it's pretty lightweight packaging, and it's like this gorgeous golden color. That's what I used it for. And you can tell too, especially maybe on this side here, there is a little bit more of like some digging in because I did use this as brow bone and inner corner highlight as well. My goal with this is to hit pan, and it's probably going to be more of like that dog walking shade, or anytime where it's like, I assume this is a cheaper highlighter. I haven't really looked up a whole lot for Profusion, but that's going to be my goal. This has, how much in here? 2.5 grams. And I've got a decent chunk on this going already. But I expect I'm going to be really focused on this product more in the summer to get a lot more use on it then. But I'm going to roll it in now because it fits and we're close enough. Now, this last prompt is, of course, iconic because it's Belle herself. So you're going for something different in your collection. So this was going to be challenging because I went and gravitated towards this product, which I had tested out not too long ago, rolled it out. This is the only one. So it's a contour stick. So that should give you some pretty good hints if you're familiar with my other projects. I only have one cream contour in my collection. I do also have one like powder contour item, which was originally actually in this palette. I had taken out because I was kind of scared of contour. So really, I have 2 contour items, one a powder and one a, I was going to say a blush, one a powder and one a cream. So I'm going to roll in this item here. This was from BoxyCharm. So I tested out recently the Mischo Beauty Contour Stick. This is in the shade Light. And I did like it. I found it was easy enough to work with. And I have this much of it left. And I think I used it 20 times and have a little bit of a dent on it. Now again, like Lumiere, I wish it was another month or so before I rolled this in because this does go like very bronzy warm tone for the skin look. So I think I will probably reach for that more over the summer, but I'm going to roll it in now, see if I can use it a couple of times, get kind of reacquainted with it, and see how I feel about this item with more consistent use over than the 20 uses. Now, the goal with this one, I just want to see how far I can get. I expect I'm not going to finish this item in the next, updates 6 to finale. I don't think I'll get through it all. Who knows? Maybe I will. But I just want to progress on this, see how I do. It's a prompt for Belle, who, of course, I'm fine with her sticking around for the entirety of the project. And if I'm going to use it, over this project really is what I'm going to try. Those were the 5 items, 2 going out, 2 coming in. In terms of goals for next month, I have 2. The first one, of course, is the Neostrata cream that I'm using as my neck cream. Not too much left in that. And I would also like to hit my pan in that Nebula shade right there. So I would like to kind of aim for those 2. If I only get the neck cream done, that is totally fine. But that is what I'm going to be planning on for next month, so we can keep things fun and exciting for you. But that is where we're going to leave it for today's update. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe so you don't miss the next update or any of my other pan content. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.